Hi, everybody. It's Rhonda Cobb, the money coach, and welcome to the show. You know, the last show we had, we discussed some of the reasons why the American dream is shrinking for so many people. And that show might have been a little bit of a downer compared to what we usually have, but we needed to verbalize the shrinkage so that we can address it and move on and solve it. So, in this show, we are going to discuss what you can do to recover the American dream for yourself and your family. So you rely on me to help you solve these money issues and to create wealth. So I'm going to give you a few ideas of solving this shrinking American dream things. So I have this list of things that contribute to wealth creation and will help you recover the dream. Now, some of them are things that you can easily do on your own, and some you may have to gather your community and its leaders to address. But here we go. All right. Political representatives that represent the people in their neighborhoods is a good start, not the hoods in the lobbying suits. And I know I might be treading on thin ice because I usually don't get real political. But if you ask yourself what your representative has actually done as opposed to what they say they're doing, you might decide to vote differently. Okay, that's as political as I'm going to get. It's up to you how you vote. But really look and see what they have really truly done. Next, you might want to change your expectations to match your current income. Too many people say crazy stuff like, but you don't understand. I have to spend $500 because I have to host the holidays. My family expects it. Really? Your family expects you to go broke hosting the holidays? Seriously? I don't think they realize that you may not have that money. And you can fix this and many other expectations if you want to. If you want to create wealth, but they want to be taken care of, you need to have a real open and frank discussion about which is the top priority. Maybe y'all need to have a potluck or something, huh? The next thing you want to do is steer clear of excessive debt and especially the instant loan places. I have copies of contracts in my file right now from clients that did not know any better before they met me. The interest rate is so unbelievable, I hesitate to even say it out loud. And then after you've signed up for that first instant loan, they send you offers, sometimes on a daily basis, to get you to get more and more and more of these instant loans. And once you get on that hamster wheel, it is very difficult to get off of it. When you charge up more and more and more debt, it is so difficult to climb out of it. Because with every dollar in debt, there comes, check it out, these instant loan places, $2.73 of interest. So you borrowed a dollar and you owe $3.73 on every dollar you borrowed. Think about how fast that's going to add up when you really didn't have a whole lot of money to start out with, or you wouldn't have gone to the instant loan place to start out with. Now, would you? So reducing your debt is a really good place to start. Reducing debt and your reliance on credit cards is one of the top ways to create wealth. And let me give you a quick example. If you have a credit card that runs an average interest rate and you only have a $2,000 balance and you make the minimum payment on time every month, and the minimum payment on the statement that I saw was $30. How long is it going to take you to pay this debt off? You're paying on time. You only owe $2,000 and you only have average interest rate on this credit card. It is not one of those high interest rate instant loans. It's just a regular credit card, right? So when will it be paid off? You ready? Never. That's right. The interest on a $2,000 debt is more than the minimum payment. So every month, instead of your debt going down, it doesn't. You just stay there. Or it goes down by a dollar or two. But you stay pretty steady. And this is why you're never getting anywhere. And they call that a modest amount of debt. So if you have $2,000 in credit card debt or more, I would like to invite you to race to my website, which hopefully will be updated and brand new very soon. But at the moment, it's still good enough. rcmoneycoach.com. Next, you probably want to learn how to shop and cook. And would someone please, 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 please offer some affordable cooking classes or videos? And I don't mean the ones that I'm seeing advertised on TV now where they're chefs and they're doing gourmet things. I'm talking about basic cooking classes for people that really truly want to learn and need to learn the basics. People that really don't know, how do you grill a steak? Or how do you make scrambled eggs? How do you make a meal? What's a balanced meal? The kinds of things that you need to know so that you can shop for fresh food and cook it up. You'll save a lot of money on eating, and you'll save money because your health will improve. And if you think that an energy drink or an athletic drink is good nutrition or thirst quenching, or that a steady diet of fast food is good for you, then yes, you need to take a cooking class because you probably are getting way more calories and way more salt and way more sugar and a whole bunch of other stuff that your body just really wasn't designed to process. Your body was designed to process really good food, not really junk food. So maybe a cooking class or two or a series of 12 or 24 would be a really good thing for you to do instead of eating out every day. And then the next thing you want to do to create wealth is to learn the key question and ask yourself prior to every purchase the key question. Now, I heard you. I know. Somebody just said, what key question? What's she talking about? Well, you know the key question. It goes like this. Before every purchase, you have to ask yourself, do I want that or do I need that? If your cupboards are bare and your refrigerators are empty, you need to go to the grocery store. If your cupboards are full and your refrigerator has everything in it that you need to make something good to eat, but you kind of have a taste for pizza, you want that. You see the difference? Do I want it or do I need it? If you focus primarily, most of the time, on what you truly need, you will be able to develop the discipline required in order to be able to save money and start creating true wealth. Now, the next thing I think that we really need to look at is a preschool education on math and on money management. Now, I got you started if you bought the Money for Youth activity book. And of course, there are other books out there too. And we did a whole series on wealth starting in childhood. But after preschool, the education needs to continue and become more complex on money alone, not just math, but money alone, so that by adulthood, our young people are more knowledgeable and less vulnerable. Do you know that there are people that don't know what interest is? They don't know that it's a percentage. They don't know that it adds to the credit card debt, and they don't understand how that all works. And so they are so vulnerable to the fees and the interest rates, and they will never climb out of debt because they don't understand the way money works. And that is a real issue. It's a real problem for a lot of people. And continuing money education that doesn't come from large banks or other biased institutions. Now imagine my surprise when a large bank's executive told me their budget and cash applications, you know that app that's on your phone, a cash app, yeah, are designed, check this out, they're designed to increase the number of loans and fees they charge. Are you surprised? I was only surprised that someone actually admitted it out loud. I couldn't believe that they just told me, yeah, that's what they're there for, to increase their business. Okay, makes sense. It's there to increase their business. What is their business? Loans, charging interest on loans, and fees. That's the business. So the design didn't surprise me much, but you want to be really careful about where you learn about money if you're trying to create true wealth. Now, moderate math skills, of course, need to back up the education on money. The ability to add and subtract and calculate percentages would be a good start. And those are fairly basic math skills. We're not talking about crazy stuff like geometry and trigonometry and the stuff that you aren't going to use unless you're a physicist or an engineer or a scientist of some sort. We're just talking about basic good math skills. And if you don't understand interest and the way it works, you will always fall victim to being overcharged on your loans. Because while an 8% interest on a car loan sounds, okay, that's only 8. In fact, the going rate is about 4.5. So you see how they just said, oh, this is a really good rate. It's only 8. And you're thinking, okay, because that doesn't sound so bad to you. The going rate is 4.5. 8% interest is a lot of extra money over the life of a car loan. You also want to make sure you have a budget that is customized to your goals, and you want to start at a young age. And why do you want to do that? Because when you start young, you get to work all the kinks out of it while you're young in the system, and then you learn to always live within your means. And so many of my young people in the Forget You program, they tell me that they are so glad they're starting to develop good habits and that they never knew how important it was. But they also tell me that automatic transfers to pay bills on time and to save money every single month are good because it forces them to follow good habits. And the more they follow good habits, the more they're reinforced. And the more they're reinforced, the more results they see. And the more results they see, the more determined they are. And pretty soon, guess what's going to happen? They're going to actually see these little budding nest eggs of, hey, I'm growing wealth over here. Look at my seed. It sprouted. Now it's a seedling. And that's a good thing. In 2020, there might, maybe, possibly, you heard it here first, be a new service coming out that will be even more helpful and convenient based on the requests of those that are in the Forget You program right now. The other thing you might want to consider as you're trying to create wealth and recover the American dream is to get yourself a money coach, someone like